The Knights of Columbus have always had a reputation for helping when people are in need, and the organization has really stepped up during the COVID-19 crisis. Joining us now to let us know what they've been up to is the Knights Vice President of Planning, Andrew Walther. And Andrew, during this pandemic, Supreme Knight Carl Anderson issued a challenge to the Knights. What are the 5 kinds of activities Knights are encouraged to do?
Well, we've encouraged Knights through the Supreme Knight and our Leave No Neighbor Behind program to donate blood, to help support food banks, and to make sure that they're looking after those in their neighborhood, making sure that they have food and essentials, members of their parish, and other Knights of Columbus. And so that has taken on many forms at the local level, depending on the particular needs of the local level. But we've seen a great outpouring of support, both in terms of the blood drives and the food-related programs. And we've seen our membership really step up to help in a serious way here.
Yeah, one thing around here that's been a huge help to people is food drives. Talk about what you've been doing here in New York and beyond.
Well, just recently in Brooklyn, one of the parishes there, we had a food drive. We were working with helping to feed people that were in need. This is happening all over the country, certainly, as I mentioned, in Brooklyn, but also from coast to coast in Los Angeles and cities all in between. In addition, we've also raised a lot of money and put money into food banks around the country. So we're not just providing volunteer support for food banks and food programs like you're seeing in Brooklyn. We're also providing financial support for food banks, and that certainly happened in New York. It's happened in Connecticut. It's happened all over the country, Texas, California, et cetera, et cetera.
All right, explain how the Knights are also helping dioceses get through the crisis financially.
Well, we announced a $100 million low-interest line of credit for dioceses that were facing financial headwinds as a result of the COVID pandemic. And dioceses are eligible to apply for up to $1 million. And upon the typical, underwriting and so on that goes into that, they're able to then potentially access that money in a way that can help them get through these kinds of financial issues that we're seeing with a decrease in donations, with increased expenses in other areas, et cetera. So this was something that we wanted to do to help dioceses and their parishes to weather this storm. And we're very happy to be able to do this. And it really fits in well with something we've done going back more than a century. We've had a church loan program that's provided competitively priced loan products to churches and parishes around the country to help them get through various issues that they encounter and to make sure that they can move ahead with things that they need to do. So this was a very important piece of what we were doing as well, trying to help the church financially and also trying to help our neighbors in need in a very specific way with food, with blood, with these tangible means of support.
All right, Knights of Columbus Vice President of Planning, Andrew Walther, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
If you're watching Currents News on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button and then click on the bell to get instant updates about all of our newest content, because we are putting your faith in the news.